But first, Senator Kelly, I wanted to ask you on this topic. You are the original author of what's called the Launch Act, which is essentially designed to cut red tape, make it easier bureaucratically for commercial space licensing, things like that. How does that factor in trying to make the U.S. Into making the U.S. more competitive with the Chinese and the Russians?
Yeah, so to get a permit from the federal government, from the FAA for a launch or reentry, that's part of this too. There's a process that we take companies through. It often takes too long. It's not efficient. I'll tell you one thing that doesn't help is just like randomly firing a bunch of people from the federal government isn't going to make this thing go smoother. But it needs to be more efficient. We've got so many companies out there that have capacity to do more, whether it's ULA or SpaceX, or we've got Blue Origin with their New Glenn rocket that successfully flew recently. So we're developing the capacity, and we need that. Space is becoming a very commercially viable environment. So we need reforms in the system. So the Launch Act does that. It's permitting reform for launch permits and reentry permits. Now, saying that we need reform, we also have to factor in that the primary reason we do this permitting is to protect the public. There's a much higher standard to protecting the public than, let's say, protecting me, the guy that's sitting at the top of the rocket. I'm kind of expendable. You do not want a rocket part to land on a school in Florida. That would be a disaster. So we've got to do this in a way that's smart and efficient. The Launch Act addresses that. It also addresses like the sensing, remote sensing from space through the Department of Commerce. So it touches both the FAA and the Department of Commerce. And if we can get this through, this would be great for the industry. And it'll just continue to help accelerate commerce in space.